You're not fond of it. Shit, I'm not your average Joe. Some would say that I'm a catch. If we not compatible, shit, I'm moving to the next. Make the next my best flex. More sex, less stress. She's more than a lady, she's valuable to my process. Yo, what it do, what it do? It is your boy Yachi B, and you're hanging out with
your boy Jaren.
And your man Jay Normal.
Yo, man, we're doing something different, man. We got a host on here, man. Got a nice little co-host on here doing something different. We got an array of topics to talk about with you guys. A lot of madness that's going on in the world. I want to give a big shout out to my homie. He does pens, C's Life Company. Make sure you go check that out. I actually got one on right now. I got new music out, got tons and tons of music out right now. Got the Quarantine Freestyle, also got the Blame Game coming out. Also got another track called I Miss You coming out, so please make sure you go check that all out. Will be linked on here. And please make sure you do hit that subscribe, that like button. Also hit that notification bell so every time that we do drop a video, you do get a notification. I don't want to steal a spotlight on my co-hosts here to talk about whatever they want to talk about. So
first of all, we're going to shout out Ascot. Ascot down here, he's a very good boy. He's a doggy, and if you see him walking around, he's just doing his little doggy duties. I've got my cousin on here. He's soon to get married in October.
Black love, gotta give it up for Black love.
Got to. It's gonna be lit. Anything you want to say about anything?
Shout out to my future wife, Andromeda. I'm sure she'll see this and be mad, but she'll be alright.
She'll be alright. One thing I want to say is, I guess, kind of, shout out to the justice system. You know what I'm saying? George Floyd, that tragic event, the protesting and looting that everybody was 50-50 on. It worked, I guess we could say. Technically it worked. We do need to still get on the Breonna Taylor thing because cops just went into her house. They was wrong and shot her. They was in the wrong house, and they're saying they're going to just fire that cop the one cop instead of arresting them, which they should, because they utilized their power in the wrong way.
Yes.
So, I feel like they should be arrested. They should be tried for murder, because if that was any regular person who just, let me go in this house. This is not the right house I was going to. And they shoot somebody, they're going to jail for murder.
Correct.
But just because you have a badge, just like we'll just fire you, or we'll have you write an essay or something. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that's wrong, but we definitely need to get on that because nobody is really talking about that, and we have to make sure that's known.
Cool. Yes. You got anything else?
Just to tack on to that, the sad part about it is, even after that happened, all these states and even the federal government is saying, okay, no more no-knock warrants. But you're going to acknowledge there was a problem, but not acknowledge what caused it.
What caused the problem.
So it's like, okay, we ran up in this spot and killed an innocent person and locked up his innocent boyfriend, and then we're going to, okay, we're not going to do that no more, but don't worry about what we did over here, though.
Right.
That's just a mistake. We won't do that again.
But we understand it's a mistake, so let's change it.
Right.
But we're not going to deal with this mistake.
So it's like fake accountability.
Right.
That's a lot that's going on nowadays.
Big facts. So yeah, with that being said, we already touched and talked on it, so you guys already know what we're going to be talking about today. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe and that like button. Also, to my brothers and sisters, happy Juneteenth, man. I know it was yesterday. Happy Juneteenth. You know what? Let's just start the show. We'll talk about that too. All right. So we're going to dive into the topic of pretty much social injustice for people that look like us, racial inequality. It's a deep topic, as you already heard in the beginning. We talked about it. I guess we can talk about the Breonna Taylor thing, which is it's crazy to me, as far as, like Jay said, you guys acknowledge the problem, but now you're just gonna be like, okay, just this one time, but moving forward, it's just like that just makes no sense to me. And like I said, from what I've gathered in the information is that they were looking for a drug dealer, and the crazy thing about that, they caught the nigga in beginning of the day or yesterday. And so I'm just like, y'all, where the hell is the misinformation coming from?
In your own in your own ranks. There's miscommunication, and it ended up with innocent people dying.
And it's just like a slap on the
that's
hand.
okay?
Like,
Like,
oh my bad. Oh, yo, wrong house. Oh, okay.
Don't worry
Like
about
what? That don't make sense.
That shit really just blows my mind. I'm just like, y'all went intentional. Like I don't want to say intentionally, but like
they kicked in the door.
They kicked that door in.
Like I don't like my thing is just I don't get where the level of disconnect was at, where nobody communicated to these officers and tell them that like, hey, you know, we got the guy. You don't have to, you know, go out and kick a door in.
Right.
It makes you scared to sleep, because I mean, like homie, he had a permit to carry, and I mean, he did the lawful thing as far as the Second Amendment to bear arms, protect his home, and you know, I'm asleep, so I'm gonna think that somebody's intruding in my home.
So what anybody else would do? Hold up, let me go see what's going. It's time to go.
Exactly.
It's 4 a.m. I mean, who coming to my crib?
Right.
Kicking my door in.
So we know what's about to happen. Huh?
And that shit, like, to me, man, I just really never got like a no-knock warrant. It's just like niggas gotta leave their house at some time. So it's just like y'all niggas have surveillance in all types of way on other countries or whatnot. Yeah. Why there's no surveillance on this particular home if if there's something going on? Like, I mean, niggas just scope out the place whenever somebody comes out, apprehend them.
Right.
I'm just like, yeah, so that shit is just really bizarre to me. That
the crazy thing is, the dude who was shooting back or had the gun, you know what I'm saying, who's in the house with her boyfriend, he went to jail and they let him off because they realized, he wasn't wrong.
He made a mistake.
So clearly, I don't understand how the cop, whoever killed her, why they're not arrested. Because clearly, if he's wrong and the government Kentucky realizes that this shouldn't happen, why isn't that cop being arrested? Because he shouldn't have never did what he did in the first place.
Exactly.
So somebody need to be arrested. There's a murder happened.
Exactly.
So if we losing out how white people like to go on and say black on black crimes don't exist, but they come in our hood, they're like, okay, I don't care. Somebody got murdered. Somebody has to go down for this.
Yeah.
Anytime. And somebody. So for this, Breonna Taylor was murdered. Somebody has to go down for this. I don't care who, the commissioner, the cop, the 911 person who sent them in there. Somebody has to go down for a murder.
So yeah, that's exactly how it feels. Somebody has to be held accountable, because that's where we're leading to day in and day out. As far as like, hey, this happens, nobody becomes accountable. It's just something that could just happen over and over and over again. Exactly. And I think, man, what it is, people is just fucking tired. People is tired, man. Like in our looting video, what I alluded to is just that like people don't know how to demonstrate their frustration, so they go to the next resort as far as burning shit down. Do I agree with that? No, but I mean, like, if you're going to do it, make it make sense. Right. Don't burn down your community, because you gotta think about it, is that people that's not out there protesting, grandmas and stuff like that, they gotta go to these corner stores. They, communities still need these corner stores in order to like function. Right. So it's like, why burn down something that's essential to your community? If you're going to do it, like, burn down these large companies that's getting bailed out, that you try to go apply for a job at this company, they're going to look past you because of the color of your skin. Yep. Burn that shit down, because it just, to me, it makes no sense to like mess up that's what they want you to do. They want you to fuck up your own community, so that no funding is allocated to that community, so that they can keep zoning laws, so that funds don't come here and like you don't get nice things. So like, to me, I'm glad all that's over, and now we're at the table. I think it's now what needs to happen is the conversation, and everybody is so shaky on trying to like get to the conversation, but it's just like, I just think everybody's just tiptoeing around the table. Like, the conversation's never going to be had until somebody demonstrates and put it out on the forefront that like, hey, this shit needs to happen, and we need to find a solution to it. Like, as far as the whole Juneteenth thing, it's great. I love that. Like, now Juneteenth has its recognition. Right. But the thing about it is just that it shouldn't be like, oh, you know, hey, let's just recognize it as a holiday and then that's it.
Right.
I feel like as far as, you know, if you're going to recognize it as a holiday, it should be, yes, a holiday, but it still should be a work holiday to educate your employees, to let them know what Juneteenth is and to, you know, what the symbolism is behind it. Because, like, you know, just putting a holiday on something is like, okay, great, we get a day off.
Day off, whatever.
Yeah,
it's just a day off.
Right. But I think it's more so like education is key. Like we had the conversation and whatnot. Like I'm tired of like, you know, white people saying, you know, oh, I'm sorry. Fuck your sorries. What are you going to do to move forward? Are you going to educate yourself? I want you to have education so you can take that, think about it, and pass it along to your friends that I may not be able to reach, so that they can, you know, so it can be a continuous cycle of, yes, we trying to de-escalate the problem and we're trying to make progress. That's the only way we're going to make progress as far as, you know, educating people and stop, you know, accepting apologies. Like when Drew Brees apologized, fuck that apology.
I told you about
fuck that apology. Like
fuck that.
What like you said what you said and you were
he meant it.
Yeah, exactly.
He was dead
You
ass.
were on the record saying this many times. You said what you
dead
said
ass.
and you meant it. Whatever, you're going to apologize, you can keep it. What are you going to do actively for the black community as far as educating yourself and doing better?
And you know what's crazy about that? I'm just mad because not just Drew Brees, there's so many other white people with a celebrity status,
With hella power.
that they're like, I'm just now seeing what they were talking about,
Right.
what Kaepernick was doing. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
and it's
like
like
for
team is
4
black.
years, you had black teammates
The whole team.
saying what it was about. But now, because this murder happened on camera,
Nope.
now you understand what we saying.
And especially when he was just like, yeah, when I see that flag, it brings tears to my eyes because it makes me think about my two grandfathers.
Son, what?
My nigga, was your grandfathers the only two
Yo,
motherfuckers
Malcolm,
that
not Malcolm. I almost not Malcolm Butler. Who?
I remember Shannon Sharp said that shit. It was like your two grandfathers were the only two people that fought in World War II.
It was the corner who got blackballed with Kaepernick, or the safety, not
Jenkins?
No, Malcolm Jenkins. Malcolm Jenkins was like, yo, everybody grandfather was out there, black and white. But when the black people came back, they wasn't treated like the white people.
And then also what they fail to realize, even in wartime, shit was still segregated
Yes.
on the front line.
They sending the black people first.
Yeah, it's on the front line,
It's that
still
front line
segregated.
up, yeah.
We in a
So
totally
the
different
bullets,
country
yeah.
fighting some old other shit, and we still, and it's just like
Both
how,
countries hate you.
Right.
and how am I really supposed to stand for something that doesn't stand for me? I'm coming back home. You guys got all these, you know, great benefits for people who have fought in the war, GI Bills, you know, people able to go to college for free and shit like that. I'm able to purchase a home, but yet when I come back home, I'm still treated like shit.
I get it. Like what I did didn't even matter. Like I got there for no reason at that point.
And
What am I fighting for?
Exactly.
What?
And it's just like, and I hate where people try to twist and turn it and make it like, oh well, you know, it's not about the flag. It's deeper than that. It's about, you know, what the flag is tailored to. It's supposed to tailor, you know, to freedom and liberty and just everybody being equal. And like, if I come back home and I don't feel equal, why would I stand for something, or less long fight for something that doesn't stand for
Give
me?
my life for what?
And so that shit is just beyond me. But hey, man,
It's just crazy, man. Cause I got teammates, and I'm so proud of my former teammates at Clarion. I got one teammate, I got a teammate, one white teammate, and he just spazzing like, yo, like our privilege is crazy, and he's like talking on our behalf, but he's getting attacked by
Flack from his own.
his own white community. And I'm like, yo, bro, I got your back with whatever happens, son. I literally have your back, because you know what's going on. Clearly, you know what's going on, and you have our back, and you just going to war for us. So I appreciate him. My man's Robbie. He a cool dude, lineman, son. Soft in the football field, though. Soft in the football field.
And that's the point right there.
That's my man, though.
Because the real issue here is that when white people acknowledge that their own power, they're afraid to let it go.
Exactly.
And when they're afraid to let it go, they become what they see. So it's like we see these black people being mistreated. They can't even walk out their own house. Do I want to live that way?
Right.
No, I don't, because I'm comfortable. Why would I give up my own comfort? I'm good.
That's a good point.
So why would I do that? And so that's the issue. Drew Brees, like he had a taste of discomfort for one day.
One day when everybody attacked him.
One day.
Welcome to our world.
Exactly.
And what did he do? Apologize. Like, come on, dog. You still Drew Brees.
Yep.
You the Saints QB.
Right.
You won a Super Bowl.
You won a Super Bowl.
One day. And you was like, nah, I'm good. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
the New York, was it the police chief? The police chief.
Yeah, the union.
The union.
The union.
They was spazzing. They was spazzing like
respect us.
they was
Holding up his
respecting.
badge.
They felt like how we felt for that day.
One day.
One day. And
One
they
day.
and now they see niggas was like, yo, they how remember how Soulja Boy was on the Breakfast Club? Yo, that's me, bar for bar, word for word. That was us. Like, yo, he's saying what we've been saying for years, son.
All his mans in the background looking tough. Like,
Son,
come on,
look at
dog.
son.
Come on, dog.
Now, welcome to our world,
Come
son.
on, man. Come on.
Come on, man.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
That's for a fact, man. It's
One
like,
day, and they couldn't even handle it. Like, come on, we lived this.
and we live this shit every single day.
Century.
Like white people, man, you guys have so much privilege. It's just crazy. I don't know if you guys seen that video of y'all know who Lecrae is?
The Christian rapper.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all seen the video where he had to sit down with the
what happened?
the pastor and the owner of like Chick-fil-A.
Oh, I did see that.
What happened? I
Chick-fil-A
missed
just
it.
put his foot in his mouth. He was
So
talking
the
about-
guy, he pretty much alluded to saying that like how slavery was a blessing and like, you know, how we supposed to like just pretty much change the name of like white privilege and call it white blessing. It was so cringeworthy.
Yo,
because, like,
He was not playing.
it was so, because I mean, like the thing is that like for me to sit there and watch that as a black man and see another black man endure that and not check this man.
Yeah, he was
That
chilling
I don't
outside.
care what platform, I don't care
Nah,
what
bro.
higher power you know. We live in real life and on this shit, and we're speaking on real issues that need to be tackled. And you're letting this man pretty much like put you in a position where, you know, where he's been 400 years. You know, he can say whatever he wants. And then the thing about it is that like he's reiterating the same thing that he says and never checks the man. It's like, before he like, nah, homie, you gotta stop that. This is what the problem. This is what the problem is right now. And my whole thing is that until this thing is right, because he was like, you know, saying that like, you know, my white brothers and sisters. I'm sorry, we can't be brothers and sisters until it's right.
Yeah.
We're not
Like,
equal.
We're not
You
equal.
don't know my struggle, so I mean, like,
Exactly.
you can't be my brother or sister,
Right.
Like, you don't know, like. It was just such a cringe-worthy, like,
was
just
bad.
video that I watched, and like, if you guys wanted to check it out, go check it out.
And for one thing, don't mean when we say we can't be equal, don't think, because I came from the bottom. Don't think if you white and you come from the bottom, we still the same. It don't have nothing to do with money, financial situations. You have a whole privilege
It's the color of your
outside of like money. Me and you will be broke, but we could go to an employer and they'll pick you way before they pick me just because they don't like the color of my skin.
Exactly.
So don't even think it like that.
Automatic stereotypes is, nigga, when I get stopped and you get stopped, I'm keeping my hands on the steering
I'm not
wheel.
moving my shit
I'm not
at
moving
all.
nothing while you just, hey John, like it's like a casual conversation, and
What's
you know
the problem here?
we both speeding. Yeah, I'm gonna let you off with a warning. You got drugs in this shit. That's exactly coming up to me. Nigga.
Yeah, I ain't moving.
The main problem is the word privilege. That's what they don't like.
They don't understand that.
Benefit of the doubt. How about that?
There you go. That's a better benefit of the doubt. We're gonna use 3 words instead of 1 word.
Exactly.
Okay, how about that?
Benefit of the doubt. Because just
Exactly.
like we were saying, if we get pulled over in the same car, they're not looking at you. They're like, is everything okay here? Looking at you, white man.
White
everything
man.
okay here?
But me,
Do I
I'm the one stressing right
Like,
now.
bro,
I'm stressing.
I'm not even driving. You
Right.
talking to me?
Big facts. Big facts.
Crazy.
So we got anything else we want to add to this? Or?
Nah, that's it for that one, man. I feel like we touched on it. We still need to apprehend that cop. Arrest the cop for Breonna Taylor.
Yes.
Because it's at least 3 of them.
All 3 of them.
Please arrest them. Arrest them. That's one thing I definitely need to get off my chest. We need to get them arrested right now. Other than that, We did what we had to do for George Floyd. We need to continue pushing for black women and black men. And
I do have a final closing question for you guys.
What's that?
All right.
So, like I said, we've seen this story many times, and it plays out as the same thing as far as police shoot and kill, and they're not convicted.
Right.
What is your take? How do you think that what's going to happen in the George Floyd case? So this is what I'll say. So for me, I would say, especially like in the time that we're living in right now with everything going on, I would say if the verdict goes left and he's found not guilty, I'm scared. I'm really scared. 'Cause I mean, like, y'all already seen what they did in Minneapolis and all around the world, burning up shit, blowing up shit. It's crazy. I'm scared.
That's 2 blocks that way.
The Wendy's that they burned up here is up the street from here.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's 2 blocks from here. It's right
Yeah,
up the street.
the Wendy's where I'm sorry, I
It's
forgot.
on University.
On University, where the black male was shot, where he was drunk trying to go home. Rashard Brooks. He told him, I just want to go home.
Let me walk.
That's it. Let me walk. You could keep my car.
You told me to
You
park
got
already.
all
I
my
did that.
information.
You got everything.
I could go home.
I just want to go home.
That's it.
And his house was
That's
right
down
up
the
the
street.
They wouldn't let him do it.
Shit, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So going off of what you said, man, listen. If let's say they say not guilty, 1 year prison sentence, he's secured. That's going down, son. It's going down because if I kill you, I'm going to jail for life.
That's a fact.
I'm going to jail for life, son. But a cop who
Deliberately murdered
him for what was it, 9 minutes, 8 minutes and some seconds, 8:46. Knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. After 30 seconds of having a knee, 10 seconds of having a knee on somebody's neck, you know what you're doing.
Exactly.
Son.
You can feel that.
You can feel that, son. If he don't go to jail for a regular murder, it's over with, son.
Yeah.
It's a wrap,
My
bro.
only optimism is that it happened in Fulton County, and so when it comes to juries, he has to be a jury of his peers, and Fulton County is quite black.
Killer.
So my only thing that I'm afraid of is that his lawyers will be like, I don't think he'll get a fair trial here. Let's move it to somewhere in Cobb County.
Cobb County, yeah.
DeKalb County,
Yeah.
you know. So as long as it stays in Fulton, I'm optimistic. That's just me being optimistic. But at the same time, I know what could happen because they charged him with murder and like 11 other charges for kicking him and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
So it's a lot of charges he's facing. I just hope out of all of them, the murder charge sticks. That's all I really
Bro,
care
they
about.
got to.
Just being honest.
They got
Bro,
to,
and
man.
so like in the Floyd case where like I'm just kind of like murky about everything is that there's so many things where they're just like placing on top of the case to pretty much just sugarcoat it. Like with the medical exam, they try to say like, oh, he had COVID. I'm just like,
what? I'm like, he had COVID. Tested 2-3 months ago. Like, bro, what the?
And he was asymptomatic, so it didn't really show anyway.
And I'm just like, all this other extra shit, and then like, fuck Candace Owens, fuck that bitch.
I don't know what money she getting, bro. I don't know what she
puppet. But made a whole like 18-minute video and try to display the man as like a criminal. I don't care about the man's criminal past. Nobody should die the way that he's died. I mean, and to say that he was a martyr, it's like, how could you even say? Because I mean, like, this man didn't place himself in this position for him to, die and try to, be to this great extent and magnitude. Like, he didn't place himself in that. He didn't want. I mean, the man had a whole family and everything. So I don't think he deliberately will place himself in that position to be a quote unquote martyr. So that bitch is crazy. That's all I can say.
Yeah, fuck her, bro. Cause she getting some type of money that make her change her own people, bro. I don't fuck with that.
She been on that record for a long time.
And she had a whole racist lawsuit when she was in college, or high school, one of the two. Oh wait.
Crazy.
Like, yo, she know, bro. So she tripping, bro.
Crazy, but yeah. All right, so that wraps up another episode of Sip Talk. Great talk, guys. Had a lot to talk about. Please make sure you drop a comment below and let us know how you feel about the whole situation. And if you have any information, please share that. Any other articles or videos that you've discovered or seen or anything, please share that information, as, man, it helps greatly. Near and dear, please make sure you, if you're my kind, black, please, go talk to your white counterparts if they are unaware of what the hell is going on, because surprisingly there are people that are still unaware about what the fuck is going on, and that just blows my mind. But yeah, make sure you just enlighten these people and let them know that white privilege is a thing and there is racial injustice going on. I mean, I don't have too much to say. Like I said, man, go check out my homie shit. It's called C's Life. That is C's Life Co. on Instagram. Make sure you go follow me on Instagram. I'm Yachi B.
At Slot Machine, SLOTMORERCHINE.
See, I was gonna put in the video where you want to spell the shit
I
out.
had to, just in case.
At Adultish Gambino.
Yeah, man, make sure you go follow us on Instagram individually, and make sure you go follow the Sip Talk page on Instagram. If you haven't already, make sure you go hit that subscribe button, also that notification bell, and that motherfucking like button, as it does help with the YouTube algorithm, so this channel and page can get out to the world motherfucking wide, man. We're trying to make equality a thing, because it hasn't been a thing for 400 years since we got our black asses forcefully taken from Africa, the motherland, by son of bitches. So that's enough for me. What do you guys say?
What he said? That nigga went in, bro. Shit, he went in, bro. You got something?
Hey, Black Lives Matter. That's it.
That's it. Black Lives Matter. I love that. So yes, we're gonna end on that note. Black Lives Matter. Happy Juneteenth, everybody, and we are out.